What's good, everybody? It's your boy CL the Source. Thank you once again for tapping in. Before we get into today's episode, just want to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up, sort of like a little trigger warning. Today's episode may not land well with a lot of people, especially in the beginning, but if you give it some time, I promise you the message will get through. Y'all know me. I am always looking to provide light, help lift spirits up, help motivate you, inspire you, and just give you what I got in terms of just trying to help you be better. And it's no different with today's episode. The reason why I'm issuing this trigger warning in the beginning is because it could trigger some emotional responses after you hear what I'm talking about earlier on. So definitely encouraging you to listen all the way through and open yourself up to the message, because my intention is pure, and I'm definitely doing this to for the betterment of you and for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything I speak to you guys about, I'm definitely speaking to myself even more. So with that being said, let's get into the episode, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy. Peace.
Unlocking levels, unlocking levels, unlocking levels. Hosted by CL the Source. Tap in.
My good people, welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Levels. I'm your boy CL the Source, your friendly neighborhood hope dealer. I hope y'all doing well. Thank you once again for tapping in with the kid. I'm back with another episode, and if you clicked on this episode trying to figure out what it is I'm gonna be talking about from the headline, because I kind of left you guessing, I first want to kind of preface this by saying that a lot of outlets won't tell you what I'm about to tell you. A lot of, social groups won't tell you what I'm about to tell you. You might even be surprised at what it is I'm actually about to tell you because of the person that I am. You know who I am. I'm always looking to uplift. I'm always looking to help people elevate and be better. And that's who I am, right? So this may come as a complete surprise, but as the episode goes on, you're going to understand more and more what I mean. I'm going to clarify it. And the end goal of this episode, just like every other episode, is that I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you to do better. I want to do that in any way I can. And in this episode, it's really not to really kind of put any spoilers out there, but it's really to challenge you. It's really to motivate you and light a fire under your ass so that you can get up and be even better than what you are right now, right? So with that being said, I also do want to say, if you are someone that is content in their life, that is completely satisfied, and that is at peace with everything you got going on in your life, more power to you. It's something that is rarely achieved, and I think that if you are in that space, by all means, completely totally disregard this message. This isn't for you. This is for people that I think that are looking to get better, that understand they're in pursuit of something greater than them, that understand their purpose of achieving something greater, and that are not at all satisfied with where they're at. They know that they got another level. They know that they got more in them. There's more potential. There's more fulfillment to be had. There's more to squeeze out of life. But if you are one of these people that are content and totally happy and at peace with where you're at in your life, again, more power to you. And not only that, I wish you more peace, more contentment, and more happiness, and whatever drives you in your life. I hope that everything continues to go your way. Now, with that being said, this message is going to be sent directly to the people that want more out of life, that are looking for more fulfillment, that are in pursuit of something greater, that are working tirelessly every day to making their dreams come true, to making their dreams turn reality. This message is for you. And, I should also say what I'm about to tell you guys is actually something I say to myself quite often. It's something I remind myself quite often because it's more of like it's not meant to be an abusive type way. It's not meant to be in a way that puts me down. You know what I'm saying? Because I do understand having that self-narrative is really important. That uplifting self-narrative is very important. But this is also my way of kind of humbling myself. No matter how good I think I am, no matter how much I feel like I've grown, this is a way for me to kind of just keep myself grounded in terms of how much more I have to do and that I get to do, and how much more room I have to grow. So without any further ado, the core message of today's episode, and the brutal truth is, again, they're not gonna tell you this. The brutal truth is, you ain't good enough. You're not good enough. There, I said it. You are not good enough. And to think that you are good enough where you currently stand in your life, to think that you are good enough to be satisfied and not push yourself any further, to reach for that true potential that you still have to offer, that's complete and total arrogance. And I think that you're only doing yourself a disservice to think that you're good enough where you currently stand, because you're not. I'm not. I know that there's plenty of room to grow. I know that there's always opportunities to learn. I know that every day that I wake up, every day that I'm alive, there's more opportunities to grow, more opportunities to learn, more opportunities to get better. And for me to think that I'm good enough where I currently stand, it ain't gonna fly. And for you, if you're in this position, you're telling yourself you are good enough where you're at, you lying to yourself. Especially, again, this is for you guys, you folks that are in pursuit of something greater, that are in pursuit of something higher than you. And again, this is more of a challenge. You're not good enough where you currently stand. I guarantee you, some of the people that we admire the most, they're constantly challenging themselves, constantly putting themselves through the ringer, and constantly understanding that there's room to grow, and challenging themselves to learn, challenging themselves to be better in whatever they're dedicating themselves to. Now listen, the reason why I tell you you're not good enough, because no matter how good you think you are, I promise you, there's more room to grow. Like I said before, there's another level to get to be unlocked. And there's always a way to get better. I promise you. Like I was just saying, some of the people that we admire most, let's take, for example, Steph Curry, greatest shooter on the planet. He's still playing at such a high level. He's 38 years old. He's broke every three-point record there is. He still can get better. He believes that he still can get better. And some of us might be scratching our head like, damn, you done accomplished everything already, and you still think you can get better? You still want more? And some might even look at that as, oh, that's just being greedy, and that's just being, doing a little too much. But man, get that shit up out of here, because that man understands the gift that he has been given, the potential that he has, and he's working all the way to the bone until he can bring out that fullest potential that he has to offer. And other people like him, athletes, even people that have accomplished so much, if you're a writer, if you're a comedian, if you're an actor, there's so much that you can still accomplish. And look, I was even thinking about making the example that I made with Steph Curry. He's a basketball player, so I'll kind of keep it in that range. Michael Jordan, even though he's retired, right? That competitiveness just doesn't go away. That desire to be better at what it is you're doing, I don't think it just goes away. And again, some people might think this is unhealthy, but man, if you're in pursuit and you understand your potential and your limited time on earth, if you truly understand that and you understand your purpose, you know there's more to do. There's always going to be more to do. You wake up, there's more to do. Even if that's just simply being a better person in your family, you know what I'm saying? A better husband, a better wife, a better leader, whatever the case may be. But to kind of bring it back to the example I'm making with Michael Jordan, he's done it. He achieved everything that he could basically in the NBA over the span of his career. Championships, MVPs, three-peat, all that. And he took it into business. Obviously, he had his Jordan brand was made from his basketball playing career. He became the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. It's highly competitive golf. So I guarantee you, even him, just because you're not doing the same thing that you were doing before, that doesn't mean that whatever, that your life just stops. I guarantee you he's constantly challenging himself and keeping himself in a place where he knows that he can get better, even with whatever he's capable of. You know what I mean? So, but again, look, this message is not meant to put you down. On the contrary, it's really meant to lift you up. I said earlier in the podcast episode that typically I'm this guy that will uplift you and will challenge you to elevate and inspire you to get better. And that's absolutely the truth. And I think that the one thing I want you to take away from this episode is that you feel challenged. You feel almost disrespected because I'm challenging you. I'm issuing you this challenge. I'm issuing myself this challenge as I speak this out into existence. I know I can be better. There are certain things that I'm doing and that I'm not doing, and I know I can be better. And I'm challenging myself. And while I'm challenging myself, I'm challenging you. If you're listening to this, I hope that this reaches the deepest parts of your core and it compels you to be better. And it just challenges you to rise even further than you rise in your life right now. Because I guarantee you, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how happy you are with where you're at, there's another level. There's another area in your life to get to. And I guarantee you can get yourself there. And if you want to get there, you can absolutely do it. So I challenge you to do so. I'm challenging myself to do so. I'm gonna live every day to the fullest, because we don't know how much time we have left on this earth. You know what I'm saying? And whatever that means to you, you gotta live that out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gift you have to offer the world, I challenge you to live that out to the very fullest. And you may need to get reflective. You may need to sit with your thoughts and really figure out and get to the truth and understand that you do have more to give. And I don't know what it's going to take for you on an individual level. I know what it's going to take for me on an individual level, because I've done the reflective time. I get introspective with myself and really ask myself some tough questions. You know what I'm saying? And I come up with answers, right? So I challenge you to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you are in pursuit of something greater than yourself, I definitely think that you can get there. And you shouldn't stop. You should keep going. If you're in pursuit of that, keep going. Let this be more fuel to the fire. Challenge yourself. Accept this challenge I'm throwing out there for you, and be better. Learn more, grow, and ascend to your highest heights, because you got it in you, and it'd be a shame if you left that all on the table. You know what I'm saying? one of my favorite movies, actually, A Bronx Tale. There's a line where Robert De Niro, he's talking to his young son, Colosimo, and he's on the bus, and I think, he's explaining, he's having his father-son moment where he's teaching him, and he says, how did he say it? I'm trying to think, man, I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this, but he said something along the lines of, one of the saddest things in life is wasted potential, wasted talent, and that stuck with me in many ways, because I think he was referring to all of us, where we all have talent, we all have potential, we all have something to give, you know what I'm saying, before our time is ultimately up. And one of the saddest things in life he saw from his eyes was that a lot of us just waste it, and we don't give it before our time is ultimately up. So that's why that message resonated with me personally. And that movie's one of my favorite movies for a lot of different reasons, but that was definitely something that stuck out to me. And I think that I could tie that into today's episode, because we talking about potential and just getting to that next level, right? So now listen, I do want to clarify this. Me telling you you're not good enough, me saying that and putting that out there, does not necessarily mean that you are not capable, you are not worthy. And if you're taking this message and interpreting it in that fashion, you're totally misconstruing what I'm trying to tell you. And partially that's going to be my fault, but let me clear that up, because again, it's not just because I'm telling you you're not good enough doesn't mean that you're not good enough or you're not capable of receiving it. You're not worthy of receiving it. On the contrary, you are absolutely more than capable. You are fully deserving of everything you want out of life. All the fulfillment that you want, everything that you envision for your life, all the dreams that you have of how you want your life to be, you're absolutely capable of that. You need to know that 100% true as a fact. So I'm not trying to beat you down with what I'm trying to tell you when I tell you you ain't good enough. I'm more trying to challenge you to understand that where you're currently at, it ain't good enough. You got to be better. You got to do better. You got to learn more. You got to grow more. You got to go through pain, struggle. You got to sacrifice. All these things are going to lead to that ultimate prize. Whatever that prize is for you, only you can determine that. And whatever it is for you, it can be yours. The life that you wish to have can be yours. If you're willing to put in the time, put in the effort, put in the work, have the patience, put in the consistency, go through the struggle, make the sacrifices, make good decisions, all these things can lead to exactly what it is you want in your life. And that's no bullshit. That ain't no hippy dippy, la-di-da, woo-woo type shit. Like, it's real talk. Whatever you want in this life can absolutely be yours. I believe that. You can call me delusional if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can call me Kevin Garnett, because I totally believe anything is possible. I really do. And I'm in pursuit of that. And, the way I choose to live my life is not only for my own personal gain, but it's also to inspire other people. It's also to show people what is possible. I want to be an example. I want to be a beacon of light for people. You know what I'm saying? To let folks know that whatever it is you want out of life, you can get it. You can make it happen. It's totally up to you at the end of the day. There's always a price to pay for whatever it is you're looking to get. And a lot of people say they want something, but are they willing to pay the price? Are they willing to make the sacrifices? Are they willing to do the work? And for me, that's how I've chosen to live my life. I see no other way of living my life in terms of pursuing what it is I want most. And for me, I don't really share it too often. I've shared it several times, but for me, it's about freedom. For me, it's about living life on my own terms. It's about having options. It's about having ultimate freedom to do whatever it is that I want to do. If I want to travel, I could travel. If I want to eat something, I can go eat that. If I want to spend to go get something or buy something for someone or give something to someone, I won't have any real challenges doing so. And for me, I've always wanted independence. I've always wanted independence, from a job. I've always wanted independence on my own, to be able to walk on my own, to take care of myself. And I do that right now, but I'm learning how to become even more independent, where I'm not dependent on the paycheck for somebody else to write my paycheck. I want to learn how to create my own income. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn how to create multiple revenue streams, so that it can offer me that freedom and that flexibility that I'm looking for. And ultimately, the biggest freedom lies in doing what I love to do. And one of the things I love to do most is to speak on this microphone, connect with other people, lift people up. And the best way I can lift people up is to live my life in the exact way that I speak, being impeccable with my word. You know what I'm saying? And really standing on my own too, standing on my square. And that's something that I work at every single day. A lot of it is unlearning a lot of old habits, a lot of old programming that I kind of picked up along the way in my 38, 39 years of living. Certain things that I've kind of grown accustomed to doing, I've had to unlearn these things, you know what I'm saying? And paradoxically, I've had to kind of change up certain things that I used to think would work for me, but actually were working against me. You know what I'm saying? And now I see much more clear, and I'm really just trying to put that message out there in the very best way possible. That's really, at the end of the day, where my intentions lie with this whole podcast. If you're listening to this, if you've been rocking with me, I've been pushing that hard line for a long time. Going on 4 years now, actually. Next March is going to be 4 years since the inception of this inception, I don't even know if that's the right word, since the birth of this podcast. Started off with Blessed Beyond Measure podcast, and then more recently turned into Unlocking Levels. And at the root of everything, it's always been about growth. It's always been about development. It's always been about understanding potential and how to bring that about even more so, and living life authentically, living life in the most independent and free way of expressing myself, in total fulfillment and pursuit of my purpose. And it all goes hand in hand. It's all tied together. It's all connected. It's all aligned. And I have lulls. I have moments. I have times where I struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I get content. And contentment is not a bad thing. I think contentment is a great thing. Like I'm for me, as long as I know that I've given my all, as long as I know that I'm giving my best every single day, I'm happy with the results. It's not necessarily about when I get this, I'm going to be happy, or when I accomplish this, I'm going to be happy. I'm at peace right now. I love where I'm at, and I love even more where I'm going, because I know the trajectory that I'm on. You get what I'm saying? For me, it's not about having everything. It's just about knowing my purpose and knowing I have potential, and in my potential is my gift that I can give to the world. And every day that I wake up breathing, I have another opportunity to unveil that even more, and to learn more about myself, and to get better, and to expand in many different ways in this life. And man, I've said it multiple times throughout different episodes. The person you guys see before you, the person you're listening to on the other end of this message, is completely different than who I was just 5 years ago. It is pretty wild to me. I'm about to hit a full year since I've touched any drugs or alcohol. And I've said it before, but the amount of clarity that I have right now, is really is it's invaluable. The amount of clarity I have is priceless. You know what I'm saying? And for me, as I continue to move in the direction that I'm moving in and walk this path that I've chosen to walk, that I believe was put out in front of me and meant for me to walk, then I know that it's going to require me to change certain things about myself. And I'm not trying to villainize or demonize drinking or doing drugs, whatever case. If that's your cup of tea, and you know that, go ahead. I mean, I'm not really an advocate for it any longer. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't done any dirt myself. I haven't really partaken in any of that stuff, because I've done my fair share of it. You know what I'm saying? But where I'm at right now and where I see myself going, I know I'm going to need more from myself in order to create that reality for myself. And I think that as I go on, I know there's always much more to learn. And the funny thing about that, you know, again, paradoxically, is that, you know, the more you learn, the more you actually realize there's so much that you don't know. Because you might think that you're the smartest person in the room. You might think you're the smartest person in the world, know it all. But the truth of the matter is, you can't learn everything there is to learn in one lifetime. I don't even think you do it in 10 lifetimes. I think that life is just constantly teaching you, and you have to remain open. You have to be constantly seeking the truth, constantly in pursuit of more knowledge and wisdom. And it can only make you better as you continue to move forward on your path. And for me, I really, at this point, see it no other way. You know, learning to me has been one of the greatest gifts. And I'm not necessarily talking about sitting in the classroom. I got nothing against that. You know, again, if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. But for me, I enjoy learning what I love learning about. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy learning at my own pace. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy absorbing information that is important to me, that I think can help me as I move forward in whatever it is I'm looking to create for my life. But learning is one of the ultimate gifts that you can have. And if you have a functional brain, you got all your senses intact. If you ain't learning, man, and there's a quote, man, it just came to mind right now, but I forget who said it, but it goes like this. It goes, if you can read and you're not reading, you don't have an advantage over the person who can't read. And you can look at that in several different ways. I don't know how you interpret that as I first just said it, but I think the only way to truly interpret that is that if you're not taking full advantage of the gifts that you have, and reading is a gift, if you're not taking advantage of that, you're not separating yourself. And I should say it's not even necessarily a competition with anybody else, but you're not taking advantage of everything that's been given to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been gifted with the ability to read, and there's so much knowledge and wisdom and stories and so many different things you can learn from, and there's so many books out there. And if you're not taking the time to try to absorb some of this information that's out there, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, but you're doing the people that made sacrifices for you a huge disservice. And it's not even just about reading, right? It's more so about, if you're not reaching for your highest potential, what are you really doing? What are you really doing? You know, what's the point? Again, who I'm talking to is the people that are in pursuit of something greater. If you're content with where you at, more power to you. But if you're not, and if you're still looking to be fulfilled, you're still looking for to fulfill your purpose, this message is absolutely for you. And with that being said, I ain't really got much else to say about that subject. And like I said, biggest thing I want y'all to take away is that I want you to feel challenged. I want you to feel like you are ready for getting to that next level. I want you to feel that where you're at is good, but it ain't good enough. You got more to do. You got more to learn, more room to grow, more room to improve. There's always a new level to be unlocked, man. So with that being said, take this as a challenge. Respond, and man, I'll meet y'all at the top, because I know where I'm going. You got to know where you're going in order to get there. So with that being said, I hope y'all take it that way. And man, thank you for tapping in, for real, folks. Feels real good to be talking and just sharing myself with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was in my bag today in terms of, I almost didn't even put this episode out, to be quite honest with you, because, I probably should have put a little trigger warning before the episode started. But, I got to speak my truth. I got to speak my piece. And those of y'all that know me and have been following me, that can feel my spirit and know my energy, y'all know that my intentions are pure, and I'm always looking to help make you better, help yourself make yourself better. So that's what this whole episode is going to be about. And yeah, until the next episode, y'all. This is episode 30 of Unlocking Levels, I believe. Shit, I'm not even sure. But if you like this episode, if you love this episode, please make sure to like, drop a comment or two, you know what I'm saying? Share it with your folks. Hit that subscribe button, and follow me on all platforms. I'm on all social media, from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? And I'm probably going to expand to other ones that are out there that I'm still learning about. But yeah, if you're catching this on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and support the boy. A lot more coming up, like I told y'all, so stay tuned. Thank you once again, y'all, for tapping in. Much love, and man, till next time, peace and love.